Dr. Andrea Shanowski from Health and Horsepower. I am here today to talk to you about 6 different ways that you can help your immune system to make sure that you are staying healthy and happy this winter season. So I will tell you, number 6 may surprise you and you may have never heard of it before. So make sure you tune in all the way to the end to make sure you know about number 6. So the first thing I want to talk about, I'm sure you've all have heard this before, is staying hydrated. When we stay hydrated with water and electrolytes and teas and broths, that's going to help make sure that your mucous membranes in your mouth, in your nose are staying hydrated so that they can actually defend and act as a barrier to prevent infection and viruses from getting in your body in the first place. Number 2, we want to make sure we are eating a nutrient-rich diet. That means that we want to make sure we have colorful fruits and vegetables on our plate for a range of antioxidants. And the 3 that you really want to focus in on are vitamin C, which you can find in citrus fruits, vitamin D, which you can find in fatty fish and fortified foods, and also zinc is super important. You can find zinc in nuts and seeds and legumes. Those are super important to make sure your immune system is strong. Number 3, we want to make sure we are prioritizing sleep. So it's very important to make sure you are getting proper sleep, because when your body is having a lack of sleep, your adrenal gland and your stress response system aren't going to be working properly, and that's going to cause issues where your body cannot adapt and your immune system can actually be suppressed when your adrenal gland is under stress. So very important to make sure that you are getting plenty of rest. You want to aim for about 7 to 9 hours every single night. You also want to practice a good sleep hygiene. That means that you have a comfortable, quiet sleep environment, not with a bunch of lighting. You want to make sure you minimize your screen time at night. So if you're going to be on your phone, turn that brightness all the way down, turn on nighttime mode, which turns on a blue light filter. And as much as possible, you want to try to minimize direct lighting that's pointing directly at you. So lamps on the side table would be better than overhead or bright lighting. Another thing you want to do, number 4, is make sure you're engaging in regular exercise. Typically with exercise, that's going to help with circulation, so your immune cells to get to the bad guys and where they need to defend faster and more effectively. Typically, you want to aim for about 150 minutes of moderate intensity every single week. Number 5, again, I know we've all heard this one, but I'm going to go over it again. We want to practice good hygiene. So that means that you want to make sure that if you are coughing, you want to cover your cough. You want to make sure you're washing your hands very frequently. So anytime that you are touching another person or touching something like a doorknob or a light switch or going out in public or going over to different people that are typically not your own family, you want to make sure you're washing your hands. We also want to make sure we avoid touching our face, so your eyes, your nose, your mouth, as much as possible to keep prevention away from our mucous membranes where things tend to enter. And the number 6, which I know this may be surprising for you, is we want to keep our immune system, and more particularly our innate immune system. So I know we've talked about this in previous videos. You have 2 different types and 2 different parts of your immune system. So you have your innate immune system, which is your first responders. Those are the bacteria that go out there. They recognize people and things that should not be there, and they basically start the defense system and say, hey, this is what we need to defend against. They actually will engulf, or phagocytosis is the name of the term. It's going to basically engulf that thing that shouldn't be there. It may actually start recognizing and defending on other cells that are like that in your body, but it can also form an antibody so your body can fight off that infection with your secondary adaptive response much faster. So you want to make sure that you are keeping both parts of your immune system strong. So this may be surprising to you, but chiropractic care actually increases 3 different types of that innate immune cell response. So you have your T cells, your B cells, and your natural killer cells, which are the ones that are that first responders. It actually increases those numbers. In addition to that, chiropractic also increases that phagocytosis activity. It also increases endorphins, and it increases antibody production. So chiropractic care can be amazingly effective to help keep your immune system functioning and your nervous system functioning well. Chiropractic care is not just for back and neck pain. It actually helps improve muscle, organ and immune function as well. So those are my tips. I want to make sure you stay happy, healthy, and have a very strong immune system this winter season because there is a lot of stuff going around. I know I've heard there's been mono and strep and viruses and COVID's making a comeback. So make sure you keep your body working well, and we'll see you again next week on Health and Horsepower.